Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something really personal, that quiet, almost sacred space inside your own mind. We're going to explore why it's so incredibly important to protect that inner world, especially when it feels like the outside world is just constantly banging on the door.
You know that feeling, right? Maybe you feel it when you're in a really crowded room or even just scrolling through your phone. It's this quiet sense of being just a little out of sync. It's like everyone else is broadcasting on this loud, crackly FM station, and you're resonating on a much deeper, calmer wave. Well, if that sounds familiar, I want you to know you are definitely not alone. That feeling is actually a hallmark of what we can call a rare mind. So let's dive in and take a closer look at what that really means. Now, having a rare mind isn't about being better or worse, it's just different. It's a mind that really, truly thrives on depth. You're the kind of person who gets energized not by a big crowd, but by quiet time to think. You value one single deep conversation way more than a dozen surface level chats. It's a way of being that's always looking for alignment on the inside, not just applause from the outside. So here's the rub. The modern world, well, it isn't exactly designed for the rare mind, is it? It kind of operates on a completely different set of rules, creating this constant, low-level static that can be just so draining. I mean, just think about a typical day. It's a nonstop flood of notifications, breaking news alerts, work emails, and those endless social media feeds. It's like this constant assault of information that demands your attention, but hardly ever actually nourishes your soul. And on top of all that, there's this pressure to always be social, right? To network, to be seen, to connect. But so much of that interaction just stays on the surface. It can feel like you're just collecting contacts instead of building real, genuine connections, which ironically can leave you feeling more alone than ever. And then, of course, there's the expectation to always be on. To be productive, to be responsive, to be engaged 24/7. This whole culture of constant performance, it leaves almost zero room for the quiet, reflective moments where creativity and self-discovery are actually born. And right here, the clash just becomes so obvious. The world is screaming for your constant availability, but what your mind really needs is solitude and time to reflect. Society is pushing for speed and multitasking, but you thrive on depth and focus. It's a huge mismatch between all those external demands and your fundamental need for inner peace. So, what do we do about it? Well, we don't just run and hide from the world. No, instead, we learn how to build a sanctuary, a protected internal space where our minds can truly rest, recharge, and flourish on their own terms. And that starts with having a clear blueprint. Think of it just like building a house. First, you've got to fortify the walls. This means setting real, firm boundaries with your digital life and your social life, like actually turning off notifications or scheduling do not disturb time. Next, you guard the gate. You have to be intentional about what and who you let in. Not every opinion or news story or invitation deserves access to your inner world. You are the curator. And finally, you designate quiet rooms inside. This means literally scheduling time for solitude, just like you'd schedule a meeting. It's that important. But a sanctuary isn't just an empty fortress, right? Once you secure the space, the real joy comes from cultivating what's inside. It's about turning that protected space into a vibrant, thriving inner garden. This is the fun part. This is where you really get to nurture yourself. Go dive into that book you've been wanting to read. Spend time looking at art that actually moves you. Or maybe just sit in silence for 5 minutes and notice what happens. Reconnect with what you truly care about and give your mind permission to just wander, to daydream, to create without any goal in mind. And this quote, it really gets to the very heart of it all. Building this inner sanctuary, it's not about escaping from your life. It's about building a strong, resilient core from which you can engage with the world in a much more meaningful and authentic way. This brings us to a really powerful shift in perspective. Having a rare mind with its deep need for a sanctuary isn't a weakness in this loud, chaotic world. It's actually a source of quiet, incredible strength. You have to remember this. That protected inner space you've built, that is your foundation. It's where you find your clarity, your creativity, your resilience. It becomes the calm center in the middle of the storm, and it allows you to navigate everything the world throws at you with purpose and with grace. So this sanctuary is all yours. It's yours to design, yours to protect, and yours to cultivate. It's a space of just infinite potential. So the only real question left is, what beautiful, unique, and wonderful things are you going to grow there?